Kasi Bookstore, mtaa wa Sekei, A Novel Idea, TFA Center, Arusha, Tanzania. Dodoma, Lugarawa Bookshop, Dodoma mjini, barabara ya 8. Moshi, Ape Bookshop, Moshi mjini. Christian Bookshop, Moshi mjini.
Wahi nakala yako sasa kwenye duka lolote lililopo karibu nawe.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Capchat. My name is Vanessa Victor, and with me are my two beautiful co-hosts, Nancy Masengo and Hadija Zimbe. Do stay with us. We are just starting out, and we've got lots to talk about, guys. We've got lots to talk about. And first off, after over a week of being missing, after he was kidnapped, the youngest and only Forbes list from Tanzania was found.
Yes.
I saw the video, and let's go take a look at this really quick, and then we'll be right back.
Majira saa 7 karibu na nusu maeneo ya Bilkanas, hilo gari limetelekezwa. Hilo gari lilikuwa pamoja na Mohamed Dewji.
That was the IGP, Simon Siro, and I looked at the video of Mo. He looked thin. Like, a lot can happen in a week, guys.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm happy that he's back. Do you guys think he's going to talk about his experience?
Probably, but I don't think so. Because he hasn't been that kind of a person of sharing the certain part of his life. I don't think if he'll be able to disclose the information, although I know a lot of people are waiting for him to speak out even a few words to share about the experience, what happened to him, or even what the people wanted. You know, people would want to know exactly what really happened. So we'd wish at least for him to get a little bit of a moment to at least disclose later on, even if it's after a month, just to brief us on exactly what really happened by that time.
Yeah. Nancy, I think it's going to take him years to talk about it.
I think at the moment, being kidnapped for Mo Dewji, I think it was so unexpected for him. So I think it will take time for him to actually reconcile, because when you are in captivity, the moment you get released to freedom, I don't think you so much want to be surrounded by people. So what I think that will be happening to him right now is perhaps going through counseling and letting the police carry on with the investigation before actually coming forward and talking about it. My hope is that Mo Dewji hasn't been damaged by this experience, because he's such a people person. And something like this can actually make someone withdraw from society, and it would be such a big shame, because so many people look out to Mo Dewji as a role model in TZ.
And especially if you look at the fact that he's the type of person who would go to the gym, he wouldn't walk around with security. But I think this experience, unfortunately, is going to force him to reevaluate where he goes and getting security with him. And that's so sad, because imagine somebody that rich in Tanzania for the longest period of time could walk around freely and not feel like they had to be careful of every single move that they make. So on to the next story. This one's a sad one. He was a former employee of ITV, and he was working in Germany and born for Radio Doshville. That's Isaac Gamba. He passed away in Germany. So sad, because he hadn't been to work, and his co-workers noticed there was something that wasn't like him. And then they called the police, and they went to his place, and they found him asleep.
I know. And the irony of the situation, I remember he came to ITV like a couple of months back. I don't know if you guys saw him, and I wasn't here by the time he used to work for ITV, so I wouldn't know. I think that's That's him when he visited ITV, the clip that's showing right now. And he was such a promising young guy on his prime. Like the rest of the world was just waiting to see what level he progresses, you know, in his career and life. But the sad thing about living abroad is your life is your own. If you don't wake up, people say perhaps you're at work or you're tired, people need their privacy. So something that can actually cost one's life, because if it was in Tanzania, I'm sure someone would have gone to his rescue, because this has been 2 days. So we're not sure whether he got really sick towards the second day and died, and if someone had intervened on time, maybe he could have been saved. What do you think, Khadija? I mean, it's so shocking.
This was the hardest thing, you know. I don't know, you know, I read the story on that day, and it was so difficult for me to end the story and say, rest in peace, Isaac.
Absolutely.
I've known Isaac for 10 years now. It was so difficult. When I started university, he was on a year ahead of me. So we used to study with him, and we used to be in the same company with Maipaya and Sekioni and some other guys. So they were the role models to us, you know. So we started growing and learning much about the media before we started being part of the media. I knew ITV and the people working here before I got here. You can just imagine how it was. He was such a very good company, a person who will always encourage you, a person who always, when they see you, when he used to see you, you definitely know there's something wrong with you. And it's not something personal, it's something office-wise. So it was so difficult for me. I was shaking. I'm glad that story was the last one, because right after it, I needed a long break to refresh myself and came back to my senses. It is such a big shock.
Yeah, it was very sad, because he had a lot of potential, and he could have done really amazing things. He already did amazing things. Exactly. He could have done more. And on to a lighter note. A police officer is buried with money so that he can go and bribe God to let him into heaven.
That shows how much that policeman was corrupt way before dying. So he even believed that even later on this will be possible.
Yeah, no, but it's so weird. It's like, how do you take money to your grave and you think that that's going to value? Like, that's going to have value wherever you're going in the afterlife.
You know, guys, I've heard of some religious practices. Not so much in Tanzania, but in Kenya. People are made to believe certain things about religion. And that can very well drive someone to go to a bank account and withdraw everything, because belief is everything. You can choose to believe anything, and that's it. Okay, I believe this, so I'll get buried with money in my coffin. And people do crazy stuff like that.
But I wonder how it happened, because I remember the time when Zarina Hassan's husband died.
That's the same thing I was thinking of.
The government of Uganda had to actually say no to it.
You have to dig him up and give us some money.
Please bring back the money back.
And I wonder, money is the property of the government.
The government, yeah, it's the government asset.
Absolutely.
There's also that incident recently with the musician, with money being dispersed, and then it was thought that the money was destroyed.
Yeah, you don't have to play with money.
Yeah, money.
Not in the African countries, though. I could say that.
But realistically, if you think about it, was this person rational in that decision of leaving actual instructions? Bury me with money, guys. Bury me with money.
I think he was serious, because, like I said previously, like...
Not serious. Was he rational?
No, I would take rationality into it. No, I don't think he was rational. No way at all. And I don't know how much money actually he was able to withdraw and be buried with.
And how much money he actually...
Because imagine if it was you and take the money.
Imagine if it was you and given that chance, like, hey, make sure that this guy is buried with all of his money. Come on, will you?
No.
I'll drop a 10.
was a nasty
Actually, no.
decision.
If it's a lot of money, realistically speaking, and this is like the evil me talking. So if it's like, let's say 10 million, I'll put in there like 1 million, and then I'll know that the back of my head, there'll be, if there's ever a day, I'll take the 9. It's like if there's ever a day that I need money, I know that there's money there.
But then
He'll come back for it, definitely.
When it comes to people making very strange death wishes, like I want this, I want that. What people forget is that once you're dead, it really does not matter.
Yeah, you can't take it with you.
Absolutely. So whether you actually honor the request or dishonor the request, I don't think the dead is able to say like,
I will come back.
Actually, now the good me would probably now take the money and take it to an orphanage or give it out to charity.
Make good use of it.
Yes.
And a little bit for yourself.
But it will be a tug of war between evil and good.
But you know, guys, Vanessa, you know, like what you're
That was a
saying, people
ridiculous
get
thing.
scared of actually dishonoring a dead person's wish. People really, really get scared of that. So maybe they thought, if I don't actually honor his wish, I'll be in big trouble.
Well, on to our next item. This I found very interesting and very funny because I have my own personal beliefs when it comes to superstition. So in Tabora, a chicken was found with, what do they call that in English? And irizi, that's what we call it in Swahili.
Like,
look at the chicken, guys, our viewers. And it was found in the early mornings walking around a bus stop. So from what I hear, this is like something that's normal apparently for people who are engaged in witchcraft, like to improve the business, to make the business succeed.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
I think that's cruelty to animals, big time. It's just a shame that whoever the perpetrator is, I don't think they were able to actually get to that person.
It's not easy because this poor animal was just sent or was just taken there and left alone.
But imagine plucking out. It's alive. You pluck out one feather at a time.
That was a very cruelty.
No, yeah,
it
takes a very hard heart to be able to do something that cruel and not feel bad about it.
And actually, a point of curiosity, I just wonder if a grown chicken is able to actually grow the feather. Do you think that's possible?
Okay. But
there's also another side to this particular incident where there is also the saying that the drug users or drug addicts who are around the area, they would do this to the chicken and put him out there. So as the people are watching the chicken, as a crowd is gathering around the chicken, opportunity
to steal from them.
Wow,
that's a genius idea.
So that's a whole other side to it.
That is a genius idea.
But my favorite part is I liked what the bus station manager did.
What?
Took the chicken and went and cooked it and ate it. Yeah.
And that is, I think it's not one of those, I think it's not a broiler, I think it's
an organic chicken.
It's a local chicken. It's an organic chicken. So that's good meat there, you know?
Okay, but that is scary. Okay, apart from the Hirizi thing.
Well, last week the bus station manager is still alive and well and going to work.
I think that
poor animal has been harassed that much
to pull a stunt like that again, because you know there's some good use for that organic chicken.
But the chicken has been through so much, and the bus station manager put him out of his misery.
I agree.
Put him out of his misery.
Are you eating it?
Yes.
Would you eat it, Nadija?
He would have stayed and lived in pain with no feathers. He would have been ashamed of itself.
You know, even
face other chickens.
Even when I go to the market and buy the local chicken, whenever I see a chicken without feathers on the neck, they call them what?
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
And that's the sweetest tasting chicken. Okay. They say. With the neck thing, with no feathers here.
Kishingo, they call it.
Yeah. It's so strange. I find it so strange because there's even in Kagera, a woman gave birth to papers.
I heard about that story, man.
This whole all these superstitious things happening.
I think life is so hard. Life is so tough. People are finding means to earn money. Imagine a woman being pregnant for 9 months. For 9 months? Did she really deliver the papers?
Allegedly, yes. A bag full of some nasty notes in the bag. Really bad notes written about her, of her. You know,
so are we into superstitious at that level?
I think
that person was petty though.
I know, but then you know when you're expecting a baby, every month is like special, right, Hadija? Every month you're looking forward to actually carrying your baby.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she's feeling right now, thinking that she was due to give birth and now she's given birth to a bag full of you know, knots.
Only for me, I just don't get it.
Doesn't add up.
It
doesn't add up.
Only if it is reality, but I don't think if it's anything closer to reality there.
But guys, actually, I remember seeing, actually I was in church one day and we've had cases of women who've had their pregnancy disappear in the womb. Yes, it's something that I've actually heard people talk about.
But there's medical terms for that.
No, not medically. It's like witchcrafty. Yes.
There's a medical term for that. Because, see, I like to watch medical dramas. And medical dramas, when I see stuff that I get curious about, to actually Google it. There is such a thing, they call them phantom pregnancies.
This was nothing medically. This was pure witchcraft.
You have all the symptoms of pregnancy.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah.
But in actuality, you're not pregnant.
I guess there are two sides. There's one, like Vanessa is saying, scientific one, and then this one where the child actually just disappeared, and after some prayer, the lady was actually able to recover the baby.
When it comes to superstitious beliefs, I believe in God.
Yeah.
That's why it's so difficult for me to
absorb it.
It's difficult.
Okay, on to more baby news, but in a more positive
this time around
note. And this baby, I think, will actually be born, an actual baby. Prince Harry and his new wife, they're expecting a baby.
Those are the bestest of the bestest moments, getting married and a few months later you guys are expecting a baby. Wow.
I know.
To most of the people.
And I like the way they announced that the baby is due in spring. So as if they had just said that she's expecting a baby, they'd be like, is that the reason that they get married? But then now if you calculate the time, you're like, no, she got pregnant after
the marriage.
But I'm happy for them. They're such a good couple. They look good together.
And it's great news for Harry, you know, like having lost their mom at such. Harry, I think, was only about 4.
He was the
youngest. Now being able to have a family of his own, I think. People say, like, when you have kids, that's the greatest way to, like, heal. I don't know how true that is. Do you think so, Adija?
Definitely, because he lost a very important person in his life, and then getting another important person in his life again, it is a great heal.
Very true. And when we get back later on to our main story, I'll tell you something in relation to that, where Harry is also a very key element into my opinion. But I'm happy for them in the sense that a lot of people have talked a lot of things about this girl, this lady, this woman. First of all, she's older than him, and a lot. But the child she gives birth to is going to be 7th in line.
To the throne.
To the throne. She's winning. What does she care? And also, even I heard the sister went to the UK to try to talk to her, to try and say, I'm sorry, you know, family fights. And she went outside. She stood outside the gates of the palace and nothing. And I would probably do that as well, because she said some pretty nasty things about her sister. And now you can see she's living her life. She's moving on. She's got
and the reason with Meghan, no matter how much sort of like backlash people give her being American and being half African and being older than Harry, etc., is that I think her heart is pure. It sort of totally matches with what Harry is like. So I can see those two actually being able to make it because they're somehow similar. You know, we get those royalties who are like cold, ice cold.
Yeah.
I think the baby will be so cute.
Yeah.
Trying to picture the baby.
Can't
the baby's
wait.
face looks so cute.
Okay, guys. So with our next item, let's go look at this video, then we'll come back and talk. We'll be back with that video, but let's start with our point. It was a trending story throughout the world when Kanye West, his wife Kim Kardashian West, went to Uganda and met the president. Okay, let's look at the video now and then we'll be back to talk.
Yeah, for football or for what?
They're for going to the gym, but we're making new shoes that are sport football. Yeah.
You make them?
Yes.
Your company?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
One of the things this particular video we showed you doesn't show is when he asked Kanye, can I play football with these?
Oh, wow.
But I say old people are just what? Old people. I'm sorry, he is old.
I think the sneakers are rather too cute to sort of like,
when he sees sneakers, he only sees sports coming on the way. Yeah, not something that he can wear on a casual moment.
So maybe he was sitting there expecting, yes, I'm going to bring a football team here to play with Uganda.
I think it was a cute gift because Museveni looks like he has never seen such kind of
I don't think he has
shoes before because he even asked on those kind of questions like, do you make them? Your company, some company. You know, like straight, strict questions, and they're like, do you really make them? Like, really? You're an African man in America, do you make this?
Yeah.
And then some people are saying, why would he give him shoes? Why would you give a lot of people had a lot to say about that visit.
Absolutely.
First of all, why give them shoes? Secondly, why would they go to meet the president of a country dressed like that?
I was shocked with the way I saw Kim dressed up like that. It was an insult.
She doesn't know
It
any
was an
better.
insult. Does she think that in Africa everywhere is safari? Why would she wear safari attire to a palace?
And she was wearing Kanye West.
No.
Yes,
That is
she's
a
wearing
White House.
Kanye
That's a State House. Is she supposed to wear like that? She underestimated us. To be honest, I didn't appreciate it at all. But
I tell you something. No, Nancy, you start, and then I'll get into it.
Looking at Kim, I don't think she even know what happens in Africa. So is Kanye. So I think it's for them. I can excuse them for having shown up looking like that. But she covered up a little. So
Not a little, a lot.
she covered up a lot.
You couldn't see any
don't mind
skin.
that.
Yes. I actually, honestly, I believe that, yes, when you meet, you have to remember one thing. Two different cultures.
absolutely.
Two different cultures. So she went to meet the president as Kim Kardashian West. She didn't go to meet the president as, hi, I researched all this stuff about Africa, then now I'm coming to meet you dressed up all to the nines and whatnot. I liked the way she was dressed, honestly.
I did
Honestly. I felt like she was covered up. It was slimming, and she was wearing pants. I didn't have a problem with what she was wearing at all.
He's the president.
So
Would she
what?
wear like that to meet Trump?
What is so
Would she wear that to
sort of
meet
distasteful about how she's
Angela
dressed?
Merkel? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. She underestimated us. Or maybe they never planned for this visit.
No,
it just happened out of the
I
blue.
just think we're too sensitive sometimes
think,
because she has met Trump dressed in casual. She's met Trump dressed up to the nines. It just depends, I think. And I mean,
I'm going to
you never
AG.
know. Maybe she didn't even.
Yeah.
They didn't even plan on.
Yeah, that's
meeting
what I'm
the
saying.
president.
Perhaps they never
It just
planned about
happened.
this
You never
visit.
know.
It just happened out of the blue.
Yeah.
With that, I will take the excuse.
Okay, guys. This next story is one of my favorite stories of the week. Let's take a quick look, and then we'll come back and talk.
Again? Now, where's the teacher? The teacher.
This teacher is. Guys, what do you think of the video?
I think if it is able to teach, say, 80% of his classes via practicals, I can see the kids learning how to speak English. I can actually see that because English, like Swahili, is about communication. So you'd have expressions like what he's actually demonstrating to the children. And his level of commitment. I think big up, teacher, for what you've just done to those kids, and I hope you have more ways of demonstrating the subject, which is fantastic, really great.
If I was studying in that class, that could have been the best class ever. It's a class that you would never want to miss, even when you're sick. You would just want to meet the teacher in the class. There are times when you get those kind of teachers that you can't miss their classes. I think this will be one of the classes that most of the kids in that school would never miss. That English teacher. Sometimes it's not about the subject, sometimes it's about the teacher.
It's always about the teacher, I think, a big proportion of it. And it looks like just, you know, they don't seem to have a lot, you know, the kids are sitting on the floor. So.
So making life easier and fun for them.
I know that clip has trended. I hope people would actually come forward and do something for
And
the
help
kids.
them, I agree. Because if you look at the video, he's making the most of what he has. I have a table. I use the table. And I really like that. It's this like chutzpah of you're going to learn English no matter what.
Tanzania? Is that in Tanzania? Or is it just shot in another country?
We are not so sure about it, but we are happy that it's an African teacher.
It's an African
and
teacher,
he's making life easier for the kids.
Yeah, it's a video that's been trending on social media. We don't know for sure where it's from, but wherever it's from, if the teacher's watching it, you need to take a page out of that man's book.
Absolutely.
You definitely need to take a page out of that man's book. So, guys, you're watching Capchat right here on Capital Television. Let's go for a very quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip hop, a hip it, the hip it, the hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Welcome back to Capchat. You're with me, Vanessa, Nancy, and Hadija. And we are at our main event, I like to call it. And our main topic today is, why do people cheat? Have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever cheated? If your answer is yes to all of those, stick around. Call us on 0677 333 000. tupigie kwenye namba 0677333000 na mada yetu leo ni kwa nini watu wanacheat.
Wanachepuka.
Wanachepuka.
That's the word.
So kama imeshakutokea au imeshakufanya, tupigie tueleze mambo yako, kwa nini ulifanya au nafikiri kwa nini ulifanyia.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm going to start with Hadija because you're married.
Does marriage make
So,
you a victim here?
No, not in a negative way. Not in a negative way. You've lived. You've lived. Why do you think people cheat? And when we say people, we mean women cheating on men and men cheating on women.
I would say, of course, there are a lot of factors, but the biggest factor is communication. Whatever happens, even if it was among us, we're just friends. If we are never communicating in the most easiest or chewable language that you will understand each other, then it will not work. So whether you are satisfied or not satisfied, speak. If you don't talk, or if you don't find ways of communicating or creating a chat room for you guys to communicate, there will definitely be some loopholes. That's what I've learned for the past 3 years. It's not too long though. Communication is key. I would say that. Communication is key. Communicate in everything. Not just in relationships, even at work.
Absolutely.
Communicate. Communication is key. So if you do not communicate from the previous incidents, then it will give room to another person to keep on speculating. We as women, we're naturally born investigators. Do you know that?
Yes.
Sure.
So we are always the first people to start investigations. Anytime we're wearing our suits and ready to investigate.
We notice slight little changes that happen.
True.
Like, if you used to come home at 6:30 and all of a sudden you're coming home at 7, why? Oh, why? What are you doing with that extra 30 minutes?
Oh, man.
So what do you think about it, Vanessa?
I think there's a lot of reasons why people cheat. I think the biggest, all of them are big, but greed plays a big role in it.
Definitely.
There's that saying that the grass is always greener on the other side. So you find yourself in a relationship or you're married and then maybe you get into arguments, which is normal with every relationship. And then you're looking at maybe your neighbor who has a young hot girlfriend and they never fight that you know.
You think
they don't
because
fight.
they've painted a really pretty picture for you. So you're like, I should actually just go and start looking. So once you open your mind to that possibility of now my eye is open for potential number 2, which is not even a number 2, a potential side side business.
Absolutely.
And what's unfortunate is a lot of women now who are willing to be side chicks.
Yes.
They'll stay quiet. They won't say anything. I'll give you a good example. I just found this out recently. I won't specify because if my friends are watching, they'll be like, why are you putting our business out there? A friend who's married got pregnant another friend who he's not married to.
Wow.
Big thing. Yeah.
And so it's the concept of you feel like you're not satisfied where you are, so maybe you'll get things better on the other side. But I'm sorry, sometimes it's just plain old greed.
It is true because like what you guys have just said, you know, it's kind of, you've summed up everything. It's being contented with what you have. You know, like a relationship on first day will not be the same like 5 years down the line because I think there's that familiarity, you're getting so used to each other, and You cannot be so crazy in love with someone like you are in the first time, the first day, and expect that to be the same. So there's a need for that maturity to sort of play its role, that whatever attracted you to your other half on the first day, you should treasure that, even if you're not getting it as at the moment. You should treasure that and think like, the thing that attracted me to this guy, to this lady, is because of ABC. And probably they still have it. But then life gets busy. You're raising a family. Maybe you have other things to take care of. So there's need for that space to appreciate that. But you can always, as couples, go back and recapture that moment. Because we take each other for granted.
But if you come back to the reality of most of the Tanzanians, you know, I would say, among other things that I see most of people being pushed out of their relationships is first, as Vanessa said, greedy. But I wonder why people do not know that there are some challenges that will happen along the way. And as you go through the challenges, which I don't call them challenges, I call them growing together.
It is growing together.
I call them growing together. I call them life.
Yes.
How come you get so mad, you get so angry to a person who has loved you all this long, you know, endured everything together, and then in a split of a second, you are thinking of somebody else? Anger pushed you away to give room to somebody else to at least make you happy. But the moment you're being happy here, your partner is damn angry too.
And this happiness is very short, Hadija.
Exactly.
The sort of like long-term relationship is more enduring, and the long-term marriage commitment is more enduring than a short fix, you know?
Very true. And also, guys, there are different types of cheating. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, guys.
But I wish even so was around. So.
I'm sorry, guys, but there are different types of cheating.
Yes.
I've had these conversations with multiple people.
Okay.
Guys as well, but a lot of times with girls. So the concept is, if a guy goes and just sleeps with a woman, then goes home, as long as she doesn't know, doesn't suspect, that's fine. But once a man invests his time with another woman, that's where
the problem begins.
The problem begins. That's, I'm telling you some of the conversations I've had with women. Some of the conversations I've had with women.
Yes.
Because they say a man has the capability of sleeping with a woman that is not a significant other. A woman does not have that capability, they say. Because women are emotional creatures.
Absolutely. True.
Okay, we have Lusugilo from Songwe. Mambo Lusugilo?
Yes.
Mambo?
Safi.
Tuambie, unataka kuchangia mada yetu ya leo?
Ndio.
Lusugilo? We've lost him.
Yes, that would have been interesting because he's a man character.
Yes.
So
Lusugilo, call us back. Tupigie tena. Tunataka kusikiliza maoni yako na maoni ya all viewers that we have watching Capchat right now. So guys, there are women who have that mentality. If my husband cheats on me,
and if nothing happens, I'm okay. But if it strings attached, that's a problem.
No.
They're all a mess.
That's
cheating is just cheating.
That's terrible.
I don't know, but the minds of the men. I don't know, but the way I think that men react. I think. Come on, even if it was you, if suddenly you love seafood. And then you go to a certain restaurant.
Okay, hold on, Hadija. We have Ben from Arusha on the line. Mambo, Ben.
Hello, Ben. Tunakusikia.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, a good line.
Welcome to Capchat.
Okay, very thank you. Nice to hear this topic. Okay.
Yes.
I heard this topic that say that white people.
Yes.
Yes, but might I say that there are some of people that they cheat others, right?
Yes. So why do you think people cheat, Ben? We lost him. But I like the fact that guys are the ones calling in.
Same here.
Yeah.
I like that.
Going to the discussion we had about some women thinking that because a man does not invest materially to this guy, this lady, they're actually having this affair. The fact that he's willing to share his body, which is yours, with someone else, that's investment already, right?
It is. But then you have to remember, men don't think like that.
I agree.
I personally cannot even imagine sharing what is mine. I'd even rather my man shares his money than his body. We have January from Morogoro. Mambo January?
From Magomeni.
From Magomeni.
Yes.
Mambo?
Poa, habari.
Safi. Unachukuliaje mada yetu ya leo?
Mada ya leo actually nilivyoipitia na ninavyoiona inagusa, lakini inabidi tuangalie inagusa katika upande gani. Unajua cheating it's all about, unaweza kusema iko katika unaweza kusema katika upande wa
okay. Okay.
Missed him again.
Interesting.
Missed him again. But as we were saying earlier, I would rather my man share his money. Share your money, but don't share your physical body.
I agree with you, Vanessa.
I would take offense.
Big time.
That's like big time offense. For me, his time, body, those are like supposed to be sacred.
Absolutely.
It's like, how would you feel if I went and just slept with somebody and told you, no, baby?
And men become all possessive, you know, like.
Okay, we have a lot of male callers. We have Samuel from Mwanza. Mambo Samuel. Hello?
Niko poa.
Tuambie Samuel.
Hello?
Tunakusikia vizuri tu?
Okay, sawa. Topic yenu naelewa. Topic inasema kwamba kwa nini watu wanadanganyana.
Samuel, naomba punguza sauti ya TV yako.
Okay. Ni kweli kwamba kinachosababisha watu wanadanganyana ni kwamba ni mawasiliano. Kama utamchisi mwanamke kwamba unampenda alafu wewe una mtu mwingine ambaye una mahusiano naye mwingine.
Okay. Samuel gave his opinion.
Interesting.
If you're in a relationship and you cheat with somebody you love, then don't really love them.
True. Because among the reasons that people say is that it's not all the time that when someone cheats, there's a proper reason.
Yeah.
One of the reasons is, Vanessa, I cannot stand you, but I can't tell you.
Oh, that's true. I don't want to be home. I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
So I'll find that place that's a safe haven.
I know, and that's a clear indication. Someone not wanting to share your space and your time. That is a big warning sign. Like this guy is, he's not in.
I don't know,
but
I'm one of the people.
Lots of guys. It's raining men today. We have Ivan from Arusha. Mambo, Ivan.
Poa, sijui nini hapo.
Tuambie unachukuliaje mada yetu?
Mada iko nzuri na nimeipenda.
Wewe una cheat au umechitiwa?
Naam.
Wewe umeshawahi kuchitiwa au wewe umeshawahi kumcheat mtu wako?
Amewahi kunisifu pia na mimi nimewahi kunisifu pia vile vile.
Sasa tukuulize, tuanze na wewe. Kwa nini wewe hapo ulicheat?
Nilimsifu kwa sababu nampenda.
Kwa sababu?
Nampenda.
Sasa ulikuwa unampenda uliye cheat naye?
Naam.
Uli cheat kwa sababu unampenda uliye cheat naye ndio maana?
Hapana, yani kwamba yani kumsifu mtu ni vile unampenda, kwa sababu unaposifia kitu ni kwamba umekipenda. Unajua wewe mwenyewe usiposifiwa na mtu kwamba unahisi kwamba hujapendwa, lakini unahisi yani vile unasifiwa, mtu anakuambia bwana uko hivi na hivi, yani unakuwa na furaha moyoni.
Kwa hiyo una chepuka kwa sababu umesifiwa na ni kitu ambacho
yani unasemea kwamba kuchepuka? Nilikuwa sija kuelewa vizuri, lakini kwa
mada yetu ni kwa nini watu wanachepuka.
Unajua kwa sababu gani wanafanya hivyo? Wanafanya hivyo kwa sababu yani matatizo kwanza ya kukaa familia, yani unakuta pana ugomvi hapa na hapa. Kwa hiyo unakuta yani ugomvi kwa nyumba ni mkubwa, ndio maana unakuta mtu anaenda kazi, akifika ule mtu akurudi kazi anawaza kurudi sasa nyumbani, anawaza narudije, ule moto unawaka pale nyumbani. Kwa hiyo inakuwa yani ni ngumu, ni kazi ngumu kwa kweli, yani ndio maana watu wanafanya hivyo. Lakini kwa ushauri wangu mimi nashauri watu wako na tabia hiyo waache kabisa, kwa sababu hiyo tabia impendezi Mungu pia kwa ujumla, ni tabia mbaya ambayo yani ni makosa kwa Mungu.
Asante sana and please endelea kuangalia Capchat na Capital Television. He said something that I find very, very interesting, and I actually agree with you. Company also counts a lot.
True.
Because let's be realistic. It's an African thing. It's a Tanzanian thing. The men will go out to a bar and drink. They'll look at women. They're like, oh, yeah.
And they'll discuss them.
And they'll discuss them. And some of the men will take women that they meet at the bar. And Eric, we have Eric from Mwanza. Mambo, Eric.
Hello.
Hi.
Mambo.
Safi. Unafikiriaje au una mawazo gani kuhusu topic yetu?
Eric, mawazo yangu ni kwamba watu wanacheat kwa sababu ya tamaa.
Kwa sababu ya tamaa?
Ndio. Na unaweza kuwa na mtu unampenda na ukimcheat haimaanishi kwamba haumpendi. Hapana. Ila especially wanaume wanakuwa na
Eric, wewe umeshawahi kuchepuka?
Ndio.
Na haikumaanisha kwamba wewe haumpendi mtu wako, ni kwa sababu tu ya tamaa, ulitamani?
Haimaanishi kwamba haumpendi girlfriend wako.
Sasa naomba nikuulize swali Eric, na wewe mtu wako na yeye akichepuka akakwambia lakini baby nakupenda, utamuelewa?
Sasa ina depend na mazingira hayo.
Sasa hapo Eric, huoni kwamba sio fair?
Sio fair.
Kwa nini wewe hapo unasema kwamba ni tamaa, lakini kwani yeye hawezi kutamani pia?
Unachokisema na kuelewa, lakini unajua mambo yana depend na mazingira yaliyotokea na mambo mengine mengi tu. Lakini ndio bana nasema kwa wanaume wanapocheat sio kwamba hawampendi eza mke wao ama girlfriend wake, lakini kwa mwanamke ni ngumu. Mwanamke akishaamua huwa mara nyingi ameamua. Ndio maana wanaume hawawezi kuelewa wanawake wakichiti.
Asante sana Eric.
Interesting.
There are many reasons why people cheat, as we can see, but peer pressure is also, as I was saying earlier, a big reason as to that.
Yes, and I think for men, it hurts them more when they've been cheated on.
Because it's ego.
Absolutely.
And they expect us to forgive them.
Yes, and there are many women who even why their other half
several times.
Many times. Even I know this incident where this husband had a baby with the house help, and the lady actually helped raise that kid. So, man.
Yo,
women
it's
so
crazy. It's crazy out there, but there's a lot of double standards when it comes to cheating.
True.
Especially in Africa.
True.
Especially in Tanzania. A man will cheat.
Yes.
Baby, I love you. Baby, I'm sorry. And the woman will go back.
And you know, like, Vanessa, for guys...
A woman is just accused of cheating.
I know.
She's not actually cheating.
She'll be left forever.
Accused of cheating.
Yes. They get scared big time.
Guys, you're still watching Capchat right here with me, Vanessa, with Hadija and Nancy. Let's go for a very quick break and then we'll be right back.
It's Culinary Delights every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Karen, tell us, how has it been going at this year's festival?
Well, the turnout, Vanessa, is amazing, as it is.
Thomas, hello.
Nice to be there with you.
What is the purpose of this meeting and who will be in attendance?
Talking about how African countries can stop relying to a large extent on...
We are definitely seeing a lot of deeply political films, either directly treating a political issue or with a political subtext.
Don't miss the live special report between Capital Television and Dashwell Television at 9:30 p.m.
To Capchat, and you're still here with me, Vanessa, Nancy, and Hadija. This is the lighter-hearted part of our program. Let's take a look at this first meme, and then we'll discuss. I'm sorry. Niko hospitali, nitumie shilingi 1000. Nikitoka nikupatie ni mimi Karen. And then the person that she asked for money.
Man.
Na ukikufa.
Oh man. That is cold. Man, that is cold. Oh,
who's going to pay me my money when you die? Or if you die, who's going to pay me my money?
Shit.
That was so rude, though.
Very rude.
That was so rude.
And his response was very fast. You see, he responded a minute later.
Absolutely.
Like he didn't even have to think about it. Now, ukikufa, who's going to give me my money?
Man.
That was so rude.
It was, yeah.
And that response, that Swahili response, it must be a Kenyan. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Kenyans.
it is.
I'm sorry. Tanzanians don't say ukikufa.
Yeah, it is. And 1,000 Kenya shillings is about 22,000 shillings.
Yes.
So it's a lot of money. And this person looks like a person who is not trustworthy. So she has been doing that, perhaps, or he has been doing that for so many times that they found and they never pay
Kenyans. My experience with Kenyans, they're like straight.
Yeah.
They don't go like that. So, you know, like, yes, you had to look at both sides.
Okay, let's go take a look at this next one. So Ivan Martinez is saying, stop saying I wish and start saying I will. So the conversation starts in the... I will. And then he says,
man.
I think what Austin was trying to make a point is, I'll still be broke even if I say I will.
Yeah. It will not change anything. It will not change anything. So my wish will always be a will if that is what you want. But to bring the same meaning to you.
But I also think Austin is a bit not very bright in the brain. I think he thought he was being corrected grammatically.
Well, I think some words just don't match. It's like two different interpretations, big time.
Guys, let's look at this next one. First thing I'm looking at is his face. First thing, someone, would you take a bullet for your partner? And the person responds, and put it where?
Man.
Hadija, would you take a bullet for your partner?
Come on. No.
You wouldn't?
No, I'm just being distracted here.
Man. No.
Diesel, please. It depends. I would say that. It depends.
Nancy, would you?
Partner? It depends. For my baby.
I would, because my life without him would be meaningless.
So what if you take
so you die and then he stays back and he marries Vanessa?
I will not take the bullet. No, I will
take that picture.
So you think you take a bullet, you die.
You die.
You be single for the rest of your life.
I would not take a bullet. So
that's what they mean.
That's nonsense.
That's what they mean.
I would try and save him.
If I had a kid, I would take a bullet for my child. And I would take a bullet for my mother.
Exactly.
Full stop. Sorry, Dad, I love you. Sorry.
Hey, Vanessa.
I love my dad. He's like, we're very similar. He's cool people.
But I would take a bullet for my dad.
Especially if you consider the fact that if you have a child, that becomes your number one priority.
Sure.
So imagine you take a bullet for somebody else and you die. You're leaving behind.
I'll make sure I don't die. I'll have a bulletproof vest on.
By the time you're putting yourself there, you have nothing to protect you.
It's a difficult place, I think, to be, and I don't think there's a right way of actually weighing the pros and cons. I think it's something that you do on a moment.
Dad, I love you. I would take a bullet for you. My bad.
You get a red flag.
I thought about that real quick, and I was like, nah. Let's go look at this next one.
Yes.
You rob your in-laws after you pay dowry.
You rob your in-laws after you pay dowry. Call or SMS, and there's the number. And then the guy looks like, yeah, I'll do this.
Man.
But it would take a special type of guy.
So why should they call them for?
So that they can go steal the money back.
That's nasty.
They come, they pay dowry, they leave, call, the money is there, we left in the evening, no time to go to the bank, go get it.
Wow. And
because without dowry, there's no marriage.
Look at the person and the facial expression.
Yeah.
No, not without dowry, there's no marriage. I've already paid the dowry. What happens afterwards?
The dowry has already been paid.
Business.
Okay.
Look at that guy's face.
And then it's weird. Now when you think of it like that, imagine how when men are going to pay dowry, how many people they actually tell. Or like the woman's family, and she says, mtoto wangu anakuja naletea mahari. So they can't even blame the guy because you've told so many people.
Absolutely. Yes.
So guys, it's been fun as always talking to you guys and hearing what you guys think about the stories that were trending this week. And it's always a pleasure to have you, our viewers, watch and call us in. We've had a lot of male callers today, and I think it's because we were three beautiful ladies sitting up here and you wanted your voices to be heard, and they were.
Yes.
They were.
Yes.
We've unfortunately reached the end of Capchat. Until next time, my name is Vanessa Victor. This is Nancy Masengo, and that is Hadija Zimbwe. Keep it locked on Capital TV. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.